and Pantheon comes out most likely against Renekton. That matchup is it's more whoever goes all in better. Like, they're both very good early game champions, so if Pantheon, gets the early first blood against for Pantheon, he's going to be able to snowball that into a late game advantage or a mid game advantage. Pantheon, and he's going to be able to snowball that into. Vayne actually locked in. Vayne Taric, very interesting lane against Thresh Tristana. Vayne can tumble and kind of reposition herself if she does get caught by the Thresh pull.
You can actually clear it too.
And Taric can stun the AD so that Thresh's AD can't follow up on that. So overall, it's going to be interesting bot lane. Going to be very interesting mid lane. See how Victor does against Lux. And in the jungle, we have Nasus and Vi. And Nasus's ganks aren't very strong, as strong as Vi's early game, because Wither isn't as strong early game as late game, so it's not going to be as efficient as a knockback from Vi. And in terms of the top lane, again, it's just whoever gets the better all in the beginning. So maybe if Pantheon or Renekton doesn't start with a 4-pot, it's going to be a lot better for the one that chooses the 4-pot. So just going to take a look at the team comps over here. Blue team seems very focused on getting one person and kind of locking them down and killing them, because they do have the Thresh hook, they have the Vi ult, they have Tristana for a lot of single target damage, they have Pantheon for the one-man stun, and they also have Lux. Their level 1 is also very strong, so they might go for an invade. Purple side, you have Nasus, Taric, Victor, Renekton, and Vayne. So overall, that's going to be more of protect Vayne, because you have Nasus with her, so that to minimize damage output from Tristana, you have Taric stun the main targets, while the rest of the team kills people, and Vayne just fires autos from the back line. Victor's ult is kind of underrated in that it actually silences someone for a very long period of time, and it's just kind of this really annoying cloud that does a lot of damage. So that's going to be able to protect Vayne very much. Renekton's just an amazing peeler who can go in the back line and go right for the AD or the AP carry. So he's going to be very useful in team fights. So overall, blue team looks like they want to lock down people. Purple side just looks like they want to peel for their AD and have strong team fight. Okay, so if we just take a quick look at some of their spells, Vayne's running Cleanse, most likely because of all of the CC like Pantheon and Lux. Yeah, so there are a lot of important CCs to cleanse. Tristana's actually running Barrier, but I'm thinking that she might have wanted to run Cleanse due to the amount of lockdown Purple's team has. But Barrier, I guess, for lane phase. Not even actually, just... It's a little bit controversial, but... You know, I guess it's just personal preference in the end. Yeah, Nasus running Ghost, so... Actually not going to be able to flash, but... You know, as Nasus, you just kind of hit things, so... Actually not going to be... That might be okay, that might work out. We'll just have to see. Okay, so Azen Zone versus KDA over GPA should start pretty soon. And Victor, if for some reason you didn't know, actually has starts with an item called Hex Core, and it can be upgraded to you know, amplify his other abilities. So they'll get some extra effects. And we'll also get an the Hex Core will actually get better and give more AP. So, seeing very standard starts here. Tristana actually starting Longsword 2 pots, while Vayne is starting Dorn's Blade. Tristana most likely starting Longsword 2 pots because Lux has no availability of healing, so... Purple side looks like they're grouping up and moving into blue side's tri-push. Have to see if that goes anywhere. Blue side kind of doing the same, moving into top side brush.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Blue side actually warding their red, so they will be able to see this invade. And react accordingly. Yep, Vayne walked into that brush, so now blue side knows, and they're gonna charge right into purple side's red rub.
Minions have spawned.
Minions are gonna spawn, so Renekton immediately TP's back home, just so he doesn't miss any EXP. Purple side is starting in blue side's jungle, and blue side starting in purple side's jungle. So. They're each taking their red buffs, each other's red buffs, sorry. Nasus is gonna get really low, but just go down and able to take it. Tark actually gets caught out a little bit here. Exhaust goes on him. He flashes out though. Nothing gonna come of that. Gonna put a ward into that tri-bush. He did take a lot of damage though, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for them in lane. Victor just taking a little bit of damage. Manages to hit the laser on Lux. It's gonna be interesting to see if this Victor is gonna make any big plays. Thresh goes out, actually hits Tarek, but just one auto. A little bit of damage. It's not enough follow-up right now because blue side is not yet level 2. So they don't have the advantage right now. And actually, Vayne is hitting level 2 before blue side, so just because she took those little wraiths. A little bit of a trade coming out between Lux and Victor, but Victor seems like he came out on top because his shield actually comes. But Vayne gets thresh hooked. Gonna take a little bit of damage, trades back. Tristana, though, did not take a lot of damage in that exchange. Lots of minions pushing towards bot side tower. Nekton just gonna harass a little bit. Nekton actually starting cloth 5, whereas Pantheon starting fort pot, so we'll see if that fort pot is a good investment for Pantheon. And we'll see if cloth armor was a good choice. Thresh gonna go for the pull, just gonna hit a minion, whatever. Looks like Vi's actually coming in for gank for Nekton, getting really low, actually flashes with Pantheon. Knight goes off, but nothing's gonna come of it. Adult Chicken is gonna get it for free. Or without any casualties, well. Nasus actually just waiting in the bush there, but Vi's gonna come, get first blood. They trade kills, but Nasus and Vi just gonna do some damage to each other. Vi actually did pick up the first blood, but Nasus is gonna run towards Vi. Actually keep damaging her, but she manages to Q away. No big deal. Victor just putting down a laser like, he shouldn't come here. A little bit of warning. Victor actually gonna get binded, taking really low, actually throws down the stun field though. Lux is gonna get withered. V's gonna come out, she's gonna flash and kill Victor. See if Nasus has what it takes to finish this off, but he does get binded, and he has no flash or ghost, and Vi was right there to save Lux, so kill's not gonna get picked up. So Lux definitely has an advantage over Victor right now. Victor gonna pick up the Chalice, turn this into a little bit of a farm lane, and Lux is actually gonna go for double Dorns. So she wants to push her advantage and completely win lane. Nasus backing to buy items, and if you actually look at the gold right now, purple team actually has the same amount, so it just shows that they're farming a little bit better than blue side, because they do have the same amount of gold even though they are behind the kill. That could be attributed to the bot lane where Vayne is farming marginally better than Tristana right now. Markton's just a really big lane bully. Just keeps slicing and dicing in, stunning, and just damaging Pantheon. Not really taking anything for her either. Looks like Victor's gonna pick up the blue buff. Purple comes out from Thresh, but nothing gets hooked. Renekton actually itemizing towards more armor, so just more towards laning against Pantheon right now. So he's gonna have a pretty good time in lane. Just not taking a lot of damage from Pantheon, just gonna kind of do things his way. And Lux actually looks like he's coming in. Vox comes out, Vayne gets jumped on, Cleanse comes out, but Taric is in a very, very bad place right now. He actually gets ulted. Nekton picks up a kill on Pantheon after diving. Oh, I was about to say blue team didn't pick up the kill on Taric, but Flash came out from Tristana, Buster Shot, and an auto. And it looks like blue side's going for a dragon, as they should. We're gonna try and contest this a little. Puts down the stun field. Blue team does pick the dragon, and the timer for that will be 15:40. And now blue side does have a 500 gold lead against purple side, but I don't think that'll last for long considering how well purple side has been farming compared to blue side. Victor actually throws down the cloud on Lux. Lux takes a lot of damage, but Victor's in a very bad spot right now, hovering around the jungle. Nasus comes in, ults immediately, and Lux is actually not going to die from Victor, but instead to Nasus. Pantheon and Vi showing up in the mid lane. Look, Vi just gonna run away with the punch. Nasus ult's gonna run out, and looks like top lane is gonna shove in blue side's favor, so Renekton does have to react to that. Victor actually purchasing the Augment Death, which is what most people buy. It is the one that gives Death Ray more damage, but Taric actually gets pulled into turret, taking a lot of tower damage right now. Can you get one more auto? Condemn comes out, but it's not enough to save Taric. But yeah, Victor actually buying Augment Death does make the Death Ray do more damage, and it does give a really decent chunk of AP. So it is a very good buy. Vayne with the BF Sword, Nasus with Spirit of Ancient Golem just to get a little bit more tanky. And recently that item has been upgraded so that, or depends on how you look at it, so that it gives 500 health. It's a little bit, and it actually gives 10% CDR now. Tristana looks like she's rushing Blade to the King, and Vayne is probably looking to buy a Bloodthirster first. Vi itemizing a little bit more towards health, whereas Lux going for an Athene's and double Dorns just to push that advantage, and it did work because she does have 2 kills over Victor. Vi is just waiting in the wings, that bottom side bush. They don't actually know that she's there, so one wrong move. And now they know, but not gonna do a lot for them, actually. Tristana actually takes the lantern, gets condemned into the wall. Overall, just a little bit of a trade, nothing really made of that. So Vi is gonna lose out on a little bit of VXP compared to her counterpart Nasus. Taric actually gets pulled, Blade comes back, Vox goes out. Vayne ults is exhausted though. She tumbles, gets the invisibility, and she's gonna be able to get out of that, but Tristana, once she gets going, it's kinda hard to get her to stop. And Vi and Pantheon actually going right on purple team. But they do have level advantage. And Adult Chicken's gonna get ulted. Ignite's gonna be ticking, Lux ult is gonna come out. Victor coming in. Pantheon and Lux both respectively very low. Victor's gonna cloud right on top of Fengi. Laser just obliterates him. Nasus gonna wither Pantheon. Auto him first and then Q him. Just to make sure that Q doesn't hit the passive. And overall that was pretty good trade for purple side. Victor is one of their main damage dealers, and to kind of sacrifice Renekton was an okay deal. Vayne actually gets pulled, played back. She ults, and actually getting a lot of damage down towards Raze, and Tristan actually buster shots Vayne right into Thresh's range. Caleb gets withered. Gonna take a lot of damage. Stun most likely gonna come out. Shatter is trying so hard to get this kill. Nasus actually ults. Lux is coming in though, but I don't think Caleb's gonna be able to trap this. But he does actually. That one Lux auto. Entire flashes over, just run away. Nothing really he can do. And barrier saved Tristana there, so my earlier comment was bad or good. I don't know. Dragon will be up in about a minute though, so blue side is gonna look to pick that up. Well, Chicken positioning himself very aggressively. Pantheon ult is gonna come out. That gravity field is gonna come out though. Vi's gonna ult Renekton, but the kill is gonna get picked up nonetheless. Victor's gonna just laser backwards. Oh, Lux actually kills Victor with the laser. Final spark with the E from Lux. Box comes out. Nasus gonna get speared in the back of the head and die. So Dragon is up now. They're probably going to take that after mid tower. They're right for it actually. And still, if you look at the goal, it's 10-7 in terms for advantage for blue side, and purple side still has full advantage. So they're not out of this game whatsoever. They just need to regroup a little bit and work out what's going wrong, and they can still win this game, no problem. Luck's just gonna throw a laser down, get some farm. No big deal. Tristana actually going very aggressive on Renekton. She sees Tark and Vayne show up and she kind of backs off. It's gonna be very hard to push down this bot tower unless they kill both of them, because Tristana has very good pushing power. Renekton going a little bit aggressive, but just backing off as quickly as he went aggressive. Nasus and Victor are doing a lot of damage to mid tower, might actually pick that up. Especially with Nasus Q. Are they going to keep going on this? Yes, they are. Purple side just going to pick up mid tower. Top of Lux. Gravity is going to go down, but it's not going to hit. But the cloud is going to come out, and the last bit of damage comes out from Victor and kills Lux. Vayne does get, well, she does get played backwards immediately. Gets exhausted too. She's gonna have to flash and exhaust. Sorry, flash and cleanse. Victor's gonna come and throw down the gravity field. Vayne's gonna ult. Condemn Tristana into the wall actually. She's gonna go down from Victor. Little bit of damage left on Thresh to kill him. And he does go down. So this is gonna be bot tower for purple side, which is KDA over GPA.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Vi picking up the frozen mallet, just gonna stick to people, keep punching them, and just stay frosty. Oh my god. Lux actually tries to go for a very nice play, but well, if it worked, it would have been very nice, but no, wasn't meant to be. Does burn flash on that though, so a little bit of a waste. Right now, we are 20 minutes in the game. It is 3-1 in towers for purple side and 29.9k to 27.2k, which is a gold lead of 2.2k. Looks like she's going to go for something here. Actually lands the binding on Taric, but he's going to retaliate with his Dazzle. But purple side's going to have to get out of here because this is a very, very bad situation. Vayne actually condemns Vi into the wall. Going to be able to get out safely of this 4v2 situation. Good disengage on purple side's part. A lot of lasers coming out. Adult Chicken actually going to get pulled, but Victor going to pick up the kill. RA's still in there. Vayne ults right in the middle of the fight, actually. But she does reposition herself. Victor picking up a triple kill for himself. Vayne cleaning up the rest of that. Very, very good fight for purple side. Nasus is going to keep pushing top lane. And they're free to push the mid lane as well, as a team. But it looks like Victor and Renekton are going to push mid lane, and Vayne and Taric, or just Vayne, is going to clear out the bot lane. The inner turret for blue side actually goes down right in mid. So it's going to be a huge advantage for purple side. They're going to have a lot of more map control. And Nasus is actually just going to shove a few minions into the purple side. Blue team turret, sorry. And purple team looks like they're going to pick up the dragon now. There is a ward on it, but Pantheon is top. And Lux actually steals it with a laser, so that's what you get when you don't have smite. Vayne gonna pick up the Phantom Dancer. A lot of single target damage he's gonna have now. Working towards the Infinity Edge as well, or the Last Whisper. Overall, right now in this scenario, I think a Infinity Edge would be a lot better because Blue side is not itemizing towards a lot of armor. They just have little tidbits of health, not so much armor. So Infinity Edge would be a lot better, but Vayne's actually going to get pulled. Box is going to come out. She's going to condemn, but she's going to get Vi-ulted, and Tristana's just going to fire some autos, and she's going to go down. So that was a little bit of a cocky positioning on Vayne's part, really. Because Taric was not with her, and she just pushed up all the way to there to around Dragon, so that cost them the turret. Lux doing not a lot of damage to Renekton, actually. About half with her whole combo, so... Well, not counting auto attacks, but about half still. Victor taking the big Wraith. And purple side looks like they're just gonna farm a little bit. Vayne is gonna push the bottom minion wave, and nobody is there to react to that, so they're gonna pick up top tower, but Vayne might be able to push mid tower down. Bot tower down, sorry. Bot inner. This side's gonna pick that up, immediately recall. Because they don't want that bot tower to go down for free. And they don't want Renekton knocking on their door.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
In exchange for top outer tower, the bottom inner tower for blue side goes down. And right now, purple side has a very sizable gold lead of about 4.1k. And Vi actually punches into what she probably didn't expect, because that was 3 people and she took a lot of damage. Pantheon's gonna ult in. To no avail because nobody was there. Nobody wanted to be there. Stretch is actually gonna block. Vayne's gonna ult, lens off the exhaust, back off, reposition herself. Gets threshold actually. Might get killed, but Renekton going right for Thresh. Vayne's gonna be able to run away. Exhaust goes on Tristana. Victor and Taric gonna close in on Tristana, but Lux is very close. RA is gonna go down to Renekton. Pantheon, Lux, and Tristana still in the wings. Renekton gonna get blinded, taking a lot of damage, but he does not actually go down yet. Still alive, but one more auto from Tristana, and he does go down. Victor gonna kill Pantheon and Lux. Tristana in a very tight spot right now. They're gonna be able to push down this bottom tower, and Nasus is just split pushing in the top, whatever. Vi actually gonna get locked down really hard. Doesn't die, but they're gonna lose this tower over that.
Turret has been destroyed.
Nice guy Scott is breaking all the buildings that blue team has. So that is 7-3 in towers now. And just from that, over the lapse of about 2 minutes, the gold lead has risen from 4.1k to about 8k. Nasus actually gets locked down really, really hard. And little bit of mispositioning, not enough ward in blue side's jungle, but he did get Vi-ulted, he did get shot by Tristana quite a few times, and he is going to pick up the Runic Bulwark for his team. And seeing as blue side does not have even a Aegis yet, that's going to be a huge advantage for purple side in terms of team fights. And Vayne actually did build that pickaxe into a Last Whisper, so I guess she wanted to pierce Thresh's armor. Nasus is just split pushing top the whole time, so if they can divert enough attention for Nasus to just keep pushing top, then it'll be fine. But they're actually going to go for the Baron right now, and blue side does have vision of this, so they're going to be trying to contest it. Pantheon also going to come out. Not going to be able to steal that though. Smite does come out. Vayne cleansing, repositioning herself. Pantheon gets condemned against the wall. A lot of damage coming out on Thresh. Caleb does go down to Vayne Bolt. Bengi taking a lot of damage. Quadra-kill from Vayne. One last member. Killed by someone else. No pentakill, but still an ace for purple side. Ace is just gonna take a little bit of tower hit. Actually just gonna tank this whole tower. Take it down. Lots of buildings going down right now. And they might actually be able to push for the win right here. Or at least destroy one Nexus turret. Yeah, Vi's just gonna go down right away, get exploded by all the damage on purple side. Nexus is gonna go down. 24 to 13. Double explosion. 13k gold lead for purple side. Well played by both teams. It was even in the beginning, and then purple side pulled through a little bit in their lanes. Blue side made a few mistakes, and then it kind of just snowballed into a victory for purple team. So, good game. That was Azen Zone versus GPA over KDA, sorry. Sorry, KDA over GPA. It's just a very confusing name, sorry. But we are going to go into the second game of the match. And that will probably start soon. Okay, this is game 2. Welcome back. Azen zone versus KDA over GPA 2.0. So this time, blue side is going to be KDA over GPA, and purple team is going to be Azen zone. Azen zone, actually, I believe it is KDA over GPA, which is right now 1-0 against Azen zone. Once again, similar bands coming out: Zed, Riven, Cho'Gath, and if the bands are similar, we should see a Renekton ban. Well, that's to be expected considering what happened last game. Renekton and Asus both were very good that game, so not surprising. But because Elise wasn't banned, blue team is gonna just jump on that, pick that up, Adult Chicken gonna have a lot of fun with that, probably. Thresh once again picked up on Azen zone. Volibear, most likely in the jungle, gonna be picked up instead of Vi. Volibear is gonna be an interesting pick. Volibear is very, very strong right now, and he has a lot of potential in the jungle, and his gank potential is very, very good, but he did get some slight nerfs recently. His Q isn't as good in terms of movement speed early, but we'll see if it really matters, because it is still a very big movement speed buff. Tristana getting locked in by blue side. If I remember correctly, Azen Zone played Tristana last time, and they had pretty good success with it. But now Nice Guy Scott is going to pick that up instead. So they know that the AD on purple side or Azen Zone does play Tristana, so they pick that up instead of their Azen Zone's AD. This then going to be hovered over and eventually locked in. Lee Sin versus Volibear, we'll just have to see who outplays in the jungle, but we're not sure yet because Elise and Lee Sin both can jungle, so you don't know. Once again, hovering over Heimerdinger seemed to like to do that. Heimerdinger and Soraka. Maybe we'll see Soraka AD. Lots of bananas. No, just gonna throw out a random spasm of champions. Okay. Just gonna random or look like random on Jace. Jace though, pretty good in terms of trading against the least, if that's what they think they're going to be top laning against. So Jace actually just a very good top laner in general, can push down the tower very quickly. He can poke, he can harass, he can go in with melee, and he can also harass with his range. So actually a lot of potential junglers coming out from blue side. It's going to be interesting to see which one they pick. But if Tristana Leona is locked in, then it's going to be a very, very aggressive lane. And to go in against Caitlyn is going to be a little bit harder than most ADs. Because she does have net, and she does have a lot higher of a range early game. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get onto her. If Hecarim is locked in, that's most likely going to be a jungle. Unless we're going to see some kind of Hecarim top. No, it's going to be Nautilus though. So, Nautilus can top lane, but I do think that he's going to be jungle, and Elise is going to be mid, and Lee Sin's going to be top. Or vice versa, Elise top and Lee Sin mid. So, this is a very good tactic by blue side, not letting the enemy know which specific champion goes to a specific lane. So it's going to be a lot harder to counter pick than, let's say, like a very conventional pick for a lane. Like Tristana AD, like you know that's going to happen unless it's for some reason Tristana AP mid. But Fengi actually hovering over Ezreal, that might be interesting. AP Ezreal mid. Just gonna go through a bunch of champions. Might switch at the last second, but does look like he's gonna go with Needly. So Blue side, very aggressive bot lane. I'm not sure which lane is going against which, but talk about potential lane matchups. Elise versus Nidalee is, as long as Elise has jungle support against Nidalee pre-6, she should be able to win the lane pretty easily because she can land the stun, she can provide the CC for the jungler so that the jungler doesn't have to, but if the jungler is Nautilus, he can provide CC from long range anyway, so it's just an easier way of hitting the cocoon in order to secure the kill. Also, Nautilus has a bunch of CC, so it's going to be a lot of lockdown. Lee Sin against Jace, though, it's going to be more of if Jace can harass properly against Lee Sin, because he's going to get as many autos off on Lee Sin as possible, whereas Lee Sin wants to kind of hit the resonating strike on Jace and just go in and then out and just do all the damage he can, go in, go out. So the trades in the top lane are going to be a little bit interesting. But I think what we really want to watch for is the bot lane, because they both have very aggressive lanes. Maybe Tristana, Leona a little bit more so. But both lanes do have a way of, catching people out if they do miss position. So I think Leona has a little bit of an easier time on that. But we'll have to see how that goes in the game. In terms of team comp, Elise, Lee Sin, Tristana, Leona, and Nautilus. Nautilus provides a lot of CC for the team, and so does Leona because she has 3 stuns. So if she can chain her stuns and let her whole team kind of group in and lock down everyone and just peel for the AD, it's going to be a very good team fight for blue side, because Elise is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Lee Sin most likely just going to peel, and Tristana is just going to be firing auto attacks from the back because her range is ridiculous at later levels. So they might want to extend the game to late game, but not sure because Lee Sin does get a little bit heavy. Purple side, Thresh, Volibear, Chase, Caitlyn, and Nidalee. This looks like a very poke-heavy team with the potential to engage on someone. So if Jace and Nidalee get someone low enough, then the engage can happen in a flash Q from Volibear or a potential Thresh hook landing on someone from blue side. And Caitlyn's just there mostly just as lane phase and mid game to be that, force just shooting everyone. And she does provide to the poke. I mean, Piltovers do add to the damage that Jace and Nidalee provide, so their sieges will be very good. Okay, so game is going to start. Azen zone versus KDA over GPA. And it is 1-0 right now for KDA over GPA. So if they win this one, they win the entire best of 3. So we'll see if Azen Zone tries to make a little bit of a comeback, kind of reflect on their mistakes, and just overall do better. They do look like they have something planned for this game, so we'll see if their plan works. Caleb last time taking cleanse against a team with actually no, that was nice. I saw it. Sorry. No, Caleb taking barrier again. It's just probably his preferred summoner spell. Nice guy Scott taking barrier this time, knowing that there's no CC that he can cleanse on blue side, so or purple side, sorry. Both supports starting with the Biscuit and the Explorer's Ward. See what they do with the Explorer's Ward. Usually it's just used to scout out a little bit. See if, see which buff they're at, just give them a little bit of knowledge about the other team. And the game will start after this. So talk a little bit more about lane matchups. But the game will start. But yeah, look for the bot lane because I think it's gonna have the most interesting things happen. Yeah, Lee Sin going top against Jace. Nidalee going against Elise mid.
Welcome to Summoner's
Thresh versus Leona, and Tristana versus Caitlyn. Nautilus and Volibear both jumping. Blue team actually very aggressive positioning right here. You can see purple side has 2 people in the top lane. Nautilus just
30 seconds until minions spawn.
likely starting blue.
Minions have spawned.
A little bit of an invade, but didn't work out. Blue side actually taking double gold right here. Kill the little one first. Just hide around the big one. Oh, that was actually a Explorer's Ward in that bush there, so there was no money wasted on that ward. No, that's gonna take his blue buff. Volibear also gonna pick up this blue buff. And pull actually gonna land immediately on Tristana. She's gonna actually walk forward, take an auto attack. She doesn't really care. Oh my god, sorry. It's actually Lee Sin mid versus Nidalee and Elise top versus Jace. Fix that. Leon actually getting pulled. Taking another auto from Caitlyn. Lee Sin just gonna come in Resonating Strike. Throw down some Tempest. That's about it. Leona and Tristana are actually level 2 right now, so they could potentially do some fun stuff. At least taking a little bit of free damage from Jace. Leona going out to ward, putting a vision ward down, but purple side does have no vision right now, so a little bit of a precautionary thing. But Nautilus does come in, double buffs, lands the auto attack, gonna be able to pull Nidalee, double flash. Volibear gonna flip into tower actually, get double buffs. Nautilus losing double buffs there for first blood. Volibear gonna have double buffs for an extended period of time, and he's also going to have to kill. So it's going to be very dangerous, Volibear. And Volibear does snowball pretty well, so see how that was worth it, because the double flash was not necessary. A little bit of team miscommunication. But Lucian did get first blood. He also is a very snowball-y champion, so we'll see who snowballs better. At least actually going right on Jace, just doing some damage. Spiders just gathering around Jace, doing a little dance, doing some damage. Jace does have a fort pot, so if police does engage on him, he does have the means of defense. And Cocoon actually does land, and looks like she's gonna go on Jace. But nothing's gonna come of it. A little bit of a damage exchange. Jace did pop that fortitude pot, so he's gonna take a little bit of damage. Elise! Sorry, not Elise. Lee Sin actually going on Nidalee, landing the Q, resonating strike, doing an auto attack, and then Qing just for a little bit of extra damage. Did pick up the kill in mid lane. So that kill did snowball him a little bit, did buy a longsword with that. Thresh just gonna flay Leona, do a little bit of damage, nothing else really. Spear gonna land on Lee Sin's backside, but he is level 6 and Fengi is level 4 as Nidalee, so that early gank really did its job in keeping Nidalee in a position where she isn't as strong as she could be. Nautilus gonna slam the slow on Jace. Cocoon goes really far out, but kill most likely gonna be picked up by Elise. Adult Chicken picking that up. And the kills on blue side have gone to the right people. Elise and Lee Sin both snowball very well. And once they have 1 or 2 kills, they can do very well without any other support. Lee Sin actually doing a lot of burst with that combo. Nidalee is gonna live though. Ignite did go out. And if you look at, oh, Leona actually gets hooked. Flay's gonna go on her. Leona's gonna land the stun. Thresh is gonna be stunned a lot, but Caitlyn did not take a single point of damage in that exchange, so it was just Thresh was the main focus, so Nothing came out of that for either side, just a lot of damage on Leona, but she does have health pots to sustain herself. She also does still have that biscuit, so this is a very good regeneration item, so Thresh is just gonna keep throwing hooks over and over again. Leona actually tries to block the Azen hole, but I don't think she should have because Tristana has a way to get HP back. Needle actually going on the aggressive with her Cooper form. And that is when she gets scary, so good on her for knowing her character.
Killing spree.
Plugged in actually gonna put a ward down, resonating strike to Newly and just obliterate her. That was very well played by Plugged in. Very good Lee Sin play. Very quick reactions, that's good. Nice guy Scott, gonna just barely avoid a hook. Fungus and Adult Chicken still trading out here in the top lane. Adult Chicken actually seems to be losing even after the first blood. Or not the first blood, sorry. The first blood in the lane. Not a lot of wards actually on the map right now. It doesn't look like Dragon is going to be a very big objective right now. Elise going very aggressive on Jace. Jace trying to knock away. But Elise is going to continue this. Actually repels up. Gonna be able to land a Q. Spider's gonna finish Jace off. And Jace is dead. So, Plugged in actually jumping to that ward that he placed earlier. Nautilus gonna come and land the hook. Resonating Strike is not gonna land, but the Nautilus ult is. Spear's gonna come out. Lee Sin actually safeguards that spear. Very, very nice. And courteous. Volibear waiting in the mid lane, most likely for counter gank, but Lee Sin does have a ward position near his tower, so he's going to be able to escape without using flash. I'm assuming Volibear is just waiting for the safeguard to be used though. And he does have to use flash, and Volibear also does. So he's going to actually be able to kill Nidalee beforehand, and he might not even die, but Volibear does claw the minions, and lightning hits everyone else. And that's gonna be a kill for Volibear. But Lee Sin is gonna snowball very hard. Very well played from him, very good reactions to what's happening. Nautilus gonna walk around Volibear, just gonna instill some fear into his bear. Jace actually looks like he wants to come down and kill this Nautilus. Gonna probably knock him towards the direction of the tower. Nautilus does get pulled back. He's gonna slow that down though. He's gonna hook actually to the little torch thing. I believe he's gonna be fine. And Lee Sin actually going in. And Elise just kind of hesitating, walking around everywhere. Didn't push the top lane while Jace was mid lane, so didn't lose a little bit of time pushing down the tower. In the bottom lane, Fox comes out, but really to no effect because Tristana and Leona still picked up that kill. They had focus on the AD this time, so Caitlyn died pretty much immediately. Leona actually does get hooked though into the tower attack, but flashes away, doesn't even take a tower hit, and it looks like the bot lane turret is gonna go down for blue side, so first tower blood for blue side. Neely gonna take a lot of damage from Lee Sin here. Lee Sin just waiting for his cooldowns. Gonna kick Neely away actually. Almost lands with resonating strike. Does not happen. Up in the top lane, Elise is kind of just running around Jace. Very aggressive positioning from Elise. Gonna try and land the cocoon for, and while Jace is trying to kite the cocoon, he's taking a lot of free damage, so. But it did give Elise enough time for Volibear, and give Jace enough time for Volibear to come up. He's gonna jump to the minion with her Q. Neurotoxins. Nautilus just gonna get out with his hook. Volibear is gonna flip him though. Probably not gonna do a lot though. Frenzy does come out, but just a little bit of damage, a little bit of a hello goodbye. As ward is cleared in the bot tri-bush. And actually Nautilus is gonna take this blue buff due to the fact that Lee Sin is an energy champion and doesn't need that blue buff as much as Nautilus does. But Solar Flare is going to land directly on Caitlyn. Explosive Dust going to come out. A lot of autos coming out on Caitlyn. Going to flash his Buster shot, but that was not enough. So now blue side finds himself in a very bad situation. Volibear and Caitlyn just going to do a bunch of damage to Tristana and Leona. And Volibear is now 4-0, picking up 2 kills in that little fracas. And Plugged In just cleanly kills Nidalee. And a lot of the time people underestimate Lee Sin's burst, because usually they see him as a tanky, utility jungler. But when he's played mid lane and he's played with a lot of AD, his combo really does a lot. So Nautilus does pick that up. Almost lands a hook on Thresh, but just barely misses. Thresh can throw down a ward on their blue buff. And blue side also puts a ward there, so they're gonna have knowledge of the timer and where Volibear is. The nice wave here is very advantaged against this Jace with 2 kills. Jace has picked up the Hex Drinker to kind of resist that, but I don't think it's going to be enough against the magic pen that Elise has right now. And Nidalee's so behind that she bought a cage. Lee Sin's just kind of standing in the mid lane, taking 2 spears for free. Maybe underestimating the damage, but I don't know. RA is actually going to get stunned here. Take a few autos from Leona. Tristana actually going to kill Caitlyn, just help Nautilus. Thresh just going to try and get out of there. Volibear is going to come in. Leona doesn't know. Well, she does know, sorry. Nautilus gonna back right here. Leona, Tristana gonna push lane a little bit with her explosive shot, as she does. Jace gonna take so much damage, getting chunked down to half with just 2 abilities from Elise. And Tristana taking a lot of damage with Frenzy and everything in Thunderclaws, but she does get out with 1 HP. Nidalee actually gonna flash and keep jumping. She's gonna try and land the spear. Or just dive, actually. She does not land the spear, but Volibear is gonna be able to dive. Hit her in the face with the paw, and now Volibear is 5-0. Sin on easily. And Elise does kill Jace again, but Volibear is going to be able to probably pick up this kill on Volibear. She does miss the cocoon. She's going to go in the spider form and get a little bit more movement speed. Volibear is not there to actually defend the turrets, so they're just being taken. And Majestic Roar finishes off. Lee Sin actually may be looking for something here. Gonna land the Resonating Strike. Get boxed. Volibear gonna come in. Keep auto-attacking. Zenith Blade lands on Volibear. He comes out from Leona. Lee Sin very low. In a very bad situation right now, but still gets a kill on Caitlyn. Volibear gonna get stunned here. Leona just gonna try and slow them down, try and get out of the situation. Volibear's gonna not allow that, gonna flip it out. But Leona actually goes back in with Zenith Blade when she could have gotten out. And now Volibear is 7-0. So almost every single kill on purple side is gone to Volibear. And that hasn't done them much good considering the gold lead is 5.3k at about 20 minutes and it's 15-9. Tristana with the Infinity Edge, Lee Sin with Bloodthirster, Elise with Haunting Guys, almost has a Rylai. Gonna go on Jace here. Jace taking so much damage, I don't even think he'll be able to survive this. Repel comes out. Hexdrinker actually saves Jace. But yeah, Giant Spell and Kindle Gem coming out from Nautilus. A lot of the key items that are needed from blue side are here. And look at that whole combo from Elise, just chunking down Thresh, doing so much damage. And actually, Volibear's gonna pick him out now. Flip her. Spider's gonna be feared because they are minions. Lee Sin's gonna come in, land the Resonating Strike, go for the kick, and then try and go for the Resonating Strike again, but he didn't have enough time. But they do pick up a kill. It's actually two for nothing because they did kill Jace beforehand. Lee Sin picking up red buff, which is going to make him extremely dangerous. At least repelling towards the minions, going to flash towards her teammates. Solar Flare is going to come out. Volibear is going to take so much damage. Resonating Strike lands. Shut down by Lee Sin. That was the Tempest coming out. Jay's going to take a lot of damage. Resonating Strike again. Ward jumps. And is actually going to miss the Resonating Strike on Neebly. Kale's going to take a lot of damage just from everything from Nautilus. And so many turrets going down right now. Tristana just kind of free farming in the corner there. That is the surrender vote coming out. And it looks like the match, best of 3, goes to KDA